What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode BTR Beyond the Ropes. My name is Fernando, aka Retro Relapse, and with me, as always, on the ones and twos, on the BFF duties, Randizzle, aka Randy. What did you, Randy?
What is up? Another
Top
holiday,
Rope Tuesday.
another holiday passed. But thank you for tuning in to another Top Rope Tuesday.
Top
Before
Rope
we get
Tuesday.
before we get into it, if you want to watch back, go ahead and catch us on Twitch, Spotify with video, YouTube, Apple Music or Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or wherever you get your podcast needs, and of course at the socials at Beyond underscore the underscore ropes underscore pod.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this
Oh.
is a holiday season, and we got to see a interesting Survivor Series
Hey, this is a post holiday show
post
because we
holiday.
just passed through Thanksgiving. Hopefully, you're thankful we got through it. And we got the weekend with Survivor Series War Games.
War games. And
This was a
before we get
nice
into
little
it,
PLE to top off your turkey.
did you see
War Games.
the image I sent you of the rating scale of that particular War Games compared to AEW's television pay-per-view Blood and Guts?
No, we did not.
They did not. So
Excuse me.
I believe it's on your Instagram. But so I heard a lot of mixed reviews. We got to see it together at a holiday
Oh,
party.
there it is.
Yeah, we got to see this pay-per-view at a holiday party, which was, I mean, it's a good pay-per-view, but I saw a lot of comparisons when you say War Games, and then they show the images of AEW's Blood and Guts, which is in a cage, two ring, similar style setup, compared to WWE's War Games, specifically the women's, and they're like, if I told you, if you would never watched wrestling, and I told you what do you think is called? Which one do you think is really called War Games? And they have an image of Becky Lynch getting stomped on, right? And everyone's stomping her. And then right next to it, there's an image of Tony Storm using a barbed wire bat to do a fucking Daniel Bryan fucking choke or the fucking crossface with a
Hmm.
bat on no, Willow's face or Sky Blue's face. What would you think would be called War Games if you saw either one of those images? So that was the blaring comparison, and I sent Fernando this little link of I guess the rating scale, and it's pretty interesting to see because there's a significant dip compared to AEW's TV pay-per-view that came out for free on TV on national broadcast television, and then compared to what you had to pay for on ESPN for WWE's PLE Survivor Series War Games.
It's sad when that comparison is made, especially knowing that you've got locked in for the $40, $50 a month to see what they put out there. And it's hard to really compare it though, only because I get where WWE is going with it,
Hmm.
but they also still service a PG product.
Exactly, and I think that was my point. Like, although I would consider the Blood and Guts to be a little more extreme as far as the wrestling style and how far those women are willing to take themselves because this was their first ever Blood and Guts. We've said this for forever since WWE pretty much came onto the scene. AEW's wrestling, WWE's storylines,
Hmm.
and you got exactly that on the WWE Survivor Series War Games. It's all stories. It's all storyline. It's all building up to the grand culmination that happens usually in March or April of WrestleMania,
Hmm.
right? The Blood and Guts
They're
is
planting the seeds.
yeah.
WWE's planting seeds right now.
The Blood and Guts AEW, they're giving you a fucking show. They're giving you your money's worth at the end of the day, and you're right. It's not for everyone, and WWE does particularly cater to the PG era, and that's exactly what they've been doing. And nothing's ever changed. The Attitude Era was a little different. You know, there was a little NC-17, but on the second half, the first half was still storylines.
Hmm.
But all the blood and the beer baths and all that, the hoes and the pimps and all that stuff was in the second half.
Hmm.
So, you know, I think you gotta see it for what it is, and it's interesting. We're wrestling fans, and we're fans of both AEW and WWE. So it's just interesting to see, and it's a unique take because there's a lot of global casual fans out there that are going to be either the tribalism's baffling, but either AEW or WWE, and there's some people like us who just love to watch wrestling, and we remember the heyday of I got to watch ECW on static TV, got to watch WCW, got to watch WWF. You got to, if you were lucky, or maybe you were really deep into it, you got tape trading from New Japan, All Japan. Of course, you had, we're down here in Texas, close to the border, so you got a lot of AAA and
Hmm.
CMLL. So we get to see a lot of that. So I know we enjoy the plethora of wrestling, but now the casual fan only either knows WWE product or they only know AEW product or whatever. So, oh, interesting.
And may I add to your rant? They will, and this is some news, and maybe I can add in also to what's going on. They may soon now know, if they don't already know already, more of TNA.
More
And the reason why
TNA.
I bring TNA up is because they've been doing some stuff with WWE as far as mixing and mashing with NXT. But
Mm-hmm.
now they found a new home. They're no longer going to be on AXS TV, Access TV. They found new rights, and AMC is going to be their new home starting January 15th to 26th. So, which is pretty cool to see that now they have a bigger audience to cater to and hopefully show off their product to, and more money will come in so they can keep bringing more stars and elevate their product. I was reading an article on this that was a teaser leading into the actual when they went ahead and leaked it today then and threw it out there that this merge happened. Um, Access TV rounds about the 20 to 30 million viewers. Let's say weekly, monthly, yearly, right?
Mm-hmm.
In that realm, they reach 20 to 30 million homes. People who watch Access TV. AMC does more than double. So we're looking between 60 to 80 million homes that people religiously watch AMC, and will be able to bring to a broader audience since they still do movies on TV for people that do watch. They still do
The Walking Dead.
stuff that involves the series The Walking Dead and all its spin-offs that people are very glued to, and hopefully it drives more people to put eyes on their product so they can actually enjoy what TNA has to offer out there so they can keep growing and hopefully be a big contender in the wars for TV ratings.
And it makes sense because AEW does it because their lead-in show into the first hour of Dynamite is the Big Bang Theory. So they got a lot of viewership because people watching the Big Bang Theory kind of bleed into the first hour of AEW Dynamite.
Hmm.
Maybe TNA, maybe their leading show is The Walking Dead, and The Walking Dead bleeds
Or
into
Fear the
TNA.
Walking Dead,
Fear the Walking, either Walking Dead, right, spinoff or
yeah.
whatever, it might bleed into it, and that's the possibility.
Fear of the Walking Fearing Dead
Fearing the Walking Fear Dead corpse guy,
of Daryl's motorcycle.
Dixon's, yes. So you just never know, and a I think WWE got exactly what they wanted. I did see another article about WWE having to pull away their partnership because of the conflict of the brands, the TV brands.
Now that they're
But
going to AMC, they're going to start pulling away. Yeah.
but WWE did exactly what they wanted, right? They
Hmm.
showed the value in TNA, and hopefully that can carry on when now they're on AMC, which is a like you said, more than doubled, maybe tripled the platform on what they were on before.
Hmm.
So it's gonna be pretty cool to see. And just like Access TV, where you can access it free on Samsung free TV or the LG free TV or even Pluto, well, guess what? AMC is also on those fucking free TV channels, on the free internet channels you get on most smart TVs. So that could
And
be even
YouTube
more
TV.
people
I have it on YouTube TV. Now I can actually start recording and watching it because I didn't have Access TV on
on your YouTube
my
TV.
YouTube TV. It wasn't in my channel listing. Crazy enough though, that TNA free channel that's on my Samsung Plus on my Samsung TV, fucking I can watch TNA all day long, from all the retro to all the new, because it's crazy because they've actually been showing a lot of newer clips on that show. Sometimes they'll do a full pay per view, like they'll throw a throwback like on a Saturday or Sunday. You'll see like a Final Destination from like 2008 or
Bound for
2005.
Glory, fucking
Yep. And
2011.
and sometimes you'll see the whole thing. You'll be lucky. Well, you get the whole full 2 hour, 2 3 hour show, and then sometimes you'll just see like a 20-minute clip, and then it goes to like some random clip like from like yesterday.
Yes, dude. I was watching uh, Austin Aries versus Bubba Ray, right, or
Nice.
Bully Ray, and then right when they're about to get to the finisher, it fucking flipped, and then I saw a fucking older version of TNA where it was LAX versus fucking Matt Hardy, Will Ospreay, and fucking not Moose. What's that guy's name? Pounds. That black dude. What was his name? He was part of NXT when they were doing the Nexus. What's
You
his
got
name?
me on that one.
What's his
That's
name, man? I lost it.
yeah.
I lost it. But like
Regardless.
old shit like
Hmm.
that. Like so.
Yeah, it'll go to a commercial break and it comes back and it's like not even there anymore. It's like, dude, like let finish the match. Finish the match. Yeah.
I want
But
to
I love
have
it though. I mean, you can't beat knowing that you have that free on your TV and it's just because it's hooked up to your internet.
Monty Brown. I had to fucking figure it
Uh,
out. Monty
yeah,
Brown.
that's why I didn't. I waited. I waited calmly. I was at the corner. The sign was on. It said wait,
Wait,
wait, and I
wait.
did, and that's what happened. Now
There
it
you
turned
go.
green. I can cross the street.
But yeah. So I mean, I think if WWE's really was whether it was benefiting them or benefiting TNA, at the end of the day, TNA really did win on this one. And I know there was a lot of people who were like, why does WWE stars, NXT stars holding a lot of TNA gold where they got a national television? And look, they got a national deal,
Hmm.
television deal. So win-win, I think, at the end of the day.
I would
And
kind of hope that WWE would keep kind of pushing on, knowing that it may help not only them but themselves as well. Not that they don't need the help, but if anybody needs a push, would be NXT.
I wonder if they're gonna figure out those deals because technically, um, NXT is on CW.
Yeah,
Right? It's not an affiliate of USA. It's not an affiliate of Netflix TV. So or ESPN. So I wonder. I think like you said, it's very beneficial for NXT, and we'll just wait to see. And maybe at some point they'll buy them out, and then they'll have fucking TV rights for AMC, and there you go.
yeah,
So
yeah. I'm curious to see how this is all going to pan out because I mean it's only going to make it better for us to watch, and that's what I want. I'm just waiting to see like what's up because I'm you know give me another reason to keep my YouTube TV.
exactly. You know what? I actually saw this past week, and I totally forgot. I remember us talking about it, but I saw NWA Power
Oh, you watch
On
that?
Roku TV.
Purr,
Power. It was
purr.
actually pretty good, man. I saw a lot
Well,
of
where'd you see it on?
Roku TV.
Nice.
Yeah, so I saw NWA Power, an actual
Was it
live
up?
show.
Was it up to date?
Yeah, a live show.
Nice.
Their actual like weekly show. It was
Uh,
on, and I was like, oh shit, it was pretty cool. I did see some former Ruthless Aggression era wrestlers from WWE on there. Trevor Murdoch, Mike Knox, and a couple of other guys like the lower tier, lower mid card kind of guys. And
huh.
dude, new character, new fucking style. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So it's we're here. We're a fucking wrestling podcast. We talk about wrestling, and it's pretty awesome to have some more wrestling to talk about. A little overwhelming at times.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I'm reading something here from Ringside Wrestling. Shout out to the Dirt Sheets. Just because they found a new home doesn't mean that NXT and TNA are going anywhere. And the quote to answer the vast multitude of emails we received about this today, no, the WWE TNA deal is not ending as a ripple effect of TNA signing with TV deal with AMC. The site reported. The let's see, officially announced in January 25. It's a multi-year deal. WWE was in the loop well before the AMC deal went public.
I'm sure they helped procure
Mm,
that deal.
you damn right.
Let's be realistic, right? WWE's it is the powerhouse at the end of the day. No matter what anyone says, or no matter how much you hate it, they are the fucking conglomerate. They are the fucking the Mad Titan. They are what they are. So
Hmm.
that's cool, dude. I mean, if that's the case, then watch out. Fucking AMC's about to have some WWE superstars on there.
Or just to throw it out there, maybe procuring in the universe when you put good vibes out there, right? For all the the tree huggers out there, or no shout out. Uh Plenty of love to the tree huggers. Maybe they get off of the CW and go to AMC.
That wouldn't be bad. That'd be a bigger deal for WWE at the end of the day.
Hey, fix your mic.
Can you hear me?
There you go. You sounded like you were in a can.
Oh, my fucking hoodie went right over it.
Yeah, is it that cold in your house?
Yes, it is.
Put the heater on.
No, I want it super cold.
Hey, just open a window.
It is.
Put a fan by the window.
That's too much. Come on.
Yeah,
That's a
come
little
on.
too much, guy.
Hijo. Just open your doors, all your windows in your mansion.
Shut the fuck
Golly.
up.
You could get your butler to go outside the house and just do this in front of the window, right? And he'll get you all the cold air you want.
I don't pay him to do that. Okay.
No, my bad. My
Idiot.
bad.
What an idiot. But
Well, let's divert this train on the next track and let's talk about War Games Survivor Series. It was a
well, before you get into it,
no,
kudos.
no,
No, no, no, no. This is for you. You'll
damn,
like this. You'll
dude.
like this. You'll like this.
Every time I want
You'll
to move,
like
you
this.
want to
You'll
stop
like
and
this.
talk about something
You'll
else.
like this.
What the
You'll
fuck?
like this. Shut the fuck up.
What the fuck?
Kudos to you for fucking getting the lineup right, you fucking sack of shit. You happy? So shut the fuck up.
I was hoping for that to be at the end of the show, but I'll take it
No,
right
no,
now.
no.
Thank you.
You'll
I
get you'll
like
get
my
it now.
dessert. I like my dessert before after I have my steak and potatoes.
You eat weird,
Right.
so I don't know.
I eat my no, I eat my sides first and then my meat and then my dessert.
Uh,
That's nothing wrong with
that's
just because I
gonna
have
get
my
weird.
lineup of food wrong doesn't mean that I don't have the lineup of the show correct.
Let's shut the fuck up. Get into it now.
I
Get into
know
it.
because when we last talked about it, you were like, "We're gonna have John Cena open up the show because it's the smartest thing to do." And you know what? I I didn't see it as a bad option. It just wasn't an option
Shut the
because you
fuck
had to
up.
throw the women first to step up. I mean, think about what WWE does when they're in a pickle. They copy their buddy's homework, just like AEW had done the same thing in the past where they copied their buddy's homework too. That's exactly why they did it the same. Because think about it, Blood and Guts had the women first, Hangman defending his championship second, and then it was a men's, and all that was a 2.5 hour show on TV with commercials. You have a 3 hour plus PLE, and you have your women's running first. You have your other championship matches that you have running on after that, and then you have your men's to close out the show. So I can see where that is, but I also bring up the copying just because of what happened on Monday Night Raw, where I did see something where I would say it was more of an homage per se on a move set that happened during a match. We'll get into it a little bit.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, let's go.
Because I'm just I gotta tease it a little bit. Come on, because we gotta have stuff to talk about. But I did see an homage to a move set that was done by their friend's homework, and I do want to bring that up also because it's something that's
I know what you're talking
seen.
about. I know what you're talking about. It was a good one.
There was a move in a tag team match,
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know. It was good,
but
and it was
because
real
of the
good.
people that were involved in that match, you could call it almost an homage because of one of the people that were in a group together with their buddies before in a different place.
And
So,
there are some correlations between some other people who were on that and those other people in a different universe in the video game universe.
hmm
So pretty interesting.
ooh,
Little
ooh, I love it.
crossover there.
See?
Little crossover
You
there.
got to. I mean, oh, fuck, we got to make this show long, right?
We do.
I mean, we don't have to, but I like. There's nothing wrong with adding content.
Exactly. Exactly. So we're gonna
Now,
get this information. Where we,
before we start talking, no, before fuck that. Match number one, we open up Survivor Series War Games with the Women's War Games match.
where are you getting this information from?
Other than actually watching it with you that night, because we had the extreme pleasure of being able to be in the same room again watching this PLE. Shout out to our unofficial sponsor, SmackDownHotel.com. were giving us all the information, or at least they try to keep up to date with everything that's going on. And I'm pretty sure they see that they get a lot of traffic every week thanks to us. And
Hmm.
please definitely check them out, use them, abuse them, and give them kudos. And they even have a forum too where you can go in and chat. Definitely go in there and chat and talk some wrestling with them. But our first match of the night was the women's War Games match. You had your faces: Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, AJ Lee, versus your heels: Nia Jax, Last Legend, Kairi Sane, Asuka, Becky Lynch. What did you think of this match?
Um, Interesting start. I like how it started. The fallout as people were making their way in, as the match continued until we got to the end. Uh, I liked it. It's and I brought we talked about earlier about this blood and guts because it's a little hard to kind of gauge it when I got a bloodbath a couple of weeks ago compared to this, which is
So take your feelings away from what you saw with the other people, the other class, and gauge it with just your WWE feelings on how this match was.
I'll give it a solid C. It was could it have been better? Yes, it was a lot better than last year's. A lot better than last year's War Games. A lot better without these pulling of the chair shots. There was no moves pulled, but very they played it safe, and I get it. I mean, it's not stupid to do that, but
Hey, shout out to Rhea for bringing in weapons though. She came with a bag with a bunch of kendo sticks and she had some chairs on her.
exactly. So I mean, and of course, EO had her custom EO Sky trash can.
I'm sorry, she didn't have chairs. She had the trash can because she came. Io came with the lid, and Rhea came with two cans.
So like I said, solid C. I mean, it did progress storylines that you saw. Some miscues when Asuka blasted Last Legend in the face with a mist.
Mm-hmm.
You did see a little bickering between Rhea and Charlotte first for a hot second, and that played out on Monday Raw. But
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, good for what it was, and at the end, it was truly. It seemed like it was a big focus on Becky Lynch,
It
as
was.
so.
It was, but I liked how they also protected AJ Lee, but still let her be in it, where she was doing some things. They know she has book tours and stuff that's going on. She's got other projects that are doing, but they still gave her an opportunity to fight. But she didn't get banged up or wrangled up, even though she could take it. But she was able to get, in there and get dirty. And then her little spot with Rhea, because she was trying to give Io the can, and Rhea put her on her shoulders, and they were able to give her the can. That was cute. It was cute.
Yeah, and like you said, I mean, they protected her, and it's not bad because that's your one of your investments and the wife of your one of your biggest investments in the men's side. So, like I said, I mean, interesting focus on Becky. I guess they're gonna put her. She has a bigger part to play as one of the bigger heels on that show.
Hmm.
So, but like I said, solid C for me. There was some miscues, but nothing glaring like last year's women's war games. So, what did you
Hmm.
think about it?
I give it a C plus. Teetering on a B minus just because it was good for all of them. They were able to move their stories forward, plus the fallout that happened on Raw. But that also kind of you got to see some of the tag teams that are vying for those tag team championships because think about it, there's not enough women in a division uh to really carry on with what they're doing. So they kind of been on the push more with the tag team championships. And I think that's also because their competitors
Copying some homework. We're talking
their
about.
their their competitors are about to ramp up their inaugural champions and how they're dealing with their championships and their tournament and their people that they're dealing with. Both companies, when you put them side by side and you compare homework, do not have enough women to carry multiple belts.
Mm-mm.
Sure, you have two shows on each program. Uh, each company has two shows that they showcase their stuff. But as far as enough women to carry the titles that they have, to keep it relevant and fresh, there isn't enough. There
Yeah.
isn't enough women. They need to add more if they want to have more. If they want to have more eyes and more push. But we're kind of teetering on the same without going into a huge rant where they're getting less TV time also. So if you're only going to give them one to maybe two segments a show, both companies,
You're
You're
cluttering them
dropping
in. You're cluttering them
you're
all in.
you're you're dropping the ball on what could be something golden. You're on the main company, WWE, you're forcing it on us. On the catch-up company, AEW, you're just trying to showcase something new so that we have the fans bought in so they could stop watching the main product. But nonetheless, you're also making some people flounder and you're making some people kind of push against the wall. Like, this is all you have. You either do it or you don't. So
That's why
hopefully,
I give some women some kudos because they are making standouts for themselves. Tony Storm, the Sisters of Sin on AEW side, Chelsea Green with a intramural tag team champs with Ethan Page. Like there are some standout stars that don't necessarily have belts, but they are kind of pushing themselves in different directions, which is nice to see.
mhm,
But like you said, there's both companies are dropping the ball, so they really are just kind of clustering all consistently every time and just kind of like, oh, I'll go out there and let's make something happen. Oh, I'll go out there and make something happen. And when you cut back those live events that they used to have, and obviously that this holiday tour coming up is going to be different, but the rest of the year is not like that. So these women aren't getting a lot of reps and TV time or FaceTime with the audience. So it is dropping the ball on both ends, unfortunately.
mhm. Nonetheless, the program was well. It was a good match for the faces. The heels did their part. Everybody ate Io Sky coming off the top. And I've read online a lot of people are getting kind of tired of that shtick of
Yeah.
EO flying off the top in a trash can. If she's going to be doing it every year, they might as well just mm, let that be the first thing that happens on that match. It's sad to say it, sad to see it, but it's like that's kind of her thing. Like let her do it. But people are just tired of seeing it. I'm not, but others are. It is what it is. I mean, how many? Well, but then put somebody else in the trash can, or give somebody else a chance to jump off the top. But nobody wants to do it.
Yeah.
See, that's my complaint. If there's any complaint about this, if you're going to bitch that someone's doing the same shtick, that's almost. If you're gonna bitch that Io Sky is doing the same shtick of fucking putting a trash can and falling off the top of a cage, then you might as well bitch that Jeff Hardy's done it. How many fucking times? Why are we playing that game?
The AEW wrestlers are doing flippity floppity things. Oh, it's fucking wrestling. Enjoy it.
Yes. Yes.
Enjoy the fucking show, or just don't fucking watch it and stop fucking bitching about it. You're right.
'Cause, I mean, honestly, when you think about the roster, no one else wants to do that kind of thing. He was like, "Let's fucking go," you know. And she's light enough that it doesn't take 10 people to catch her. You can put two, and they still catch her from that high.
Hmm.
As long as you catch her,
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
you know,
It's
there's been other instances where they are not on their spots or their cues, and they miss completely, and the person who's flying gets hurt. It's like help your partner out, dude.
she's gonna give you a fucking pay-per-view moment or the year moment. Fucking catch
Yeah,
her. Catch her.
yeah. Just like we had the Logan Paul Ricochet moment. Coast to coast, crashing in the middle. Catch your opponent, dude. Catch your partner. That's your dance partner.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, good showing, good showing. Uh so now the women's is out of the way. Next match on the card, the WWE Intercontinental Championship on the line. The champ John Cena defending against the challenger, vying back for his title, Dominic Mysterio.
A+ match.
And he
Lots.
actually had the women by his side, which was very intriguing to see when he came out with both Raquel and Roxanne, because prior to that, it was kind of the the last segment they had with the Judgment Day on TV. They all seemed against him, and no one had his back. But the women came out and backed him up.
It's crazy to see that the iteration of this Judgment Day when it was Edge, Rhea, and Damien. Then it went to Finn, Rhea, Damien. Then they added Dom. Then they reluctantly added Liv. Liv gets hurt, or they reluctantly
JD was
add.
before that.
Oh, that's right, JD. Then they add Liv. Then they add Raquel. Liv gets hurt. They replace her with Roxanne. And now it seems like if you really step back, the new leader is Dom Mysterio. In so many words, right? Every fucking
Right.
billboard, he's the front. center of Judgment Day, and everyone else teeters behind him. And it makes sense because he's fucking now he was a double champ. He lost the belt
But
to
remember,
Cena.
the Judgment Day has no leader. They've said it themselves from the very beginning with Edge, all the way to the new iteration to where it is that there's no leader. Everyone's in it together. But the one with the most belts is usually the one on top, right?
Yeah, and there's a lot of whisperings behind him usually.
Realistically, Finn would be more the one pulling the strings as the leader.
Yeah,
But it's leaning. They're making us. The camera's making us believe it's Dom with what he's accomplishing now because he's doing more than what Finn has done.
yeah, and it's pretty cool to see. I mean, I remember in our previous podcast with our former current producer, he was a shit talking, and me and you we were like, well, you just get kid time. Get it to the time. Like the Damaso, he is green. He's giving kid time,
Yeah.
and look where he's at now. Holy shit.
What helped him was the face turn, going heel.
Hmm.
If it wasn't for him going heel, him still staying face, I don't think it would have worked.
He would have been lost in obscurity for sure.
For sure. He would have been thrown in some random group of
Luchadors.
not even luchadors, the people that they call on for fucking jobbers that hang out in catering. He'd probably be with the Alpha Babes,
Uh,
and
yeah,
and not to take anything away from Tozawa and what's his
Otis.
name, Otis. Yeah,
Otis.
Otis. They can hold their own, but they don't. Tozawa is sad to say that he's just a comedic heel. I mean, a comedic relief when he should be let loose because
He's a beast.
Japanese buzzsaw,
Yeah.
and they don't let him loose. And then Otis, well, that one would be floundering, even though he was Vince McMahon, little shuck and jive, little worm guy. You need to have a comedic roly poly, and that was the one.
Someone has to see the lights on some of these matches, and hey, at the end of the day, I would fucking give anything to fucking be in their place,
Yeah,
regardless. So,
for
but
sure.
but back to the match. What do you think
The
about this match?
shenanigans in this match, and I agree with the A+ rating, with everything that went down in the match. You still had both rings. There was that one spot that happened that it looked like Dominic Mysterio was jumping off of the side of the on
Ring
the
apron.
the ring apron to the outside. John Cena's on standing on the floor. Dom is looking like he's going to give Cena a hurricanrana. Cena catches Dom in midair, mid move hurricanrana, but ends up catching him, and it looked like he was going to throw him against the
LED panel.
guardrail, the guardrail there, and or the LED panel. Either way, which way he could have gone either way, but he missed it, and it looked like Dominic screwed up his arm like the way Penta did, or his neck. And it's like, wow, like they didn't drop the X like you said. They're like, oh, they didn't drop the X, but they still had medics coming cleared, and John Cena went back in the ring, and he was like, "Oh, what did I do? I'm sorry." Like it looked like he was
It
yelling, "I'm
looked
sorry"
gnarly.
from the
It
ring.
it looked gnarly too.
It
Like
did.
if it was a work, fucking kudos, cause holy, and it was. But
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
it looked
So
gnarly.
Cena hanging out in the second ring, worried, and they're checking on Dom. The girls took advantage of that time. Raquel comes in, hits Cena, gives him what did she
Chingona
do?
bomb.
That's right, the Tahana bomb. It's the Chigona bomb. You're right, but it's not the Tahana bomb, the PG-13 because they can't understand Spanish. She gives him the Hana bomb, and then he gets up from that. Roxanne gives him pop rocks, and then you see Dom get up, and he jumps up, and he goes and gives a frog splash, and they're trying to get the 1, 2, 3, but the ref's like, "Hey, weren't you just hurt? You're hurt. You can't wrestle anymore." Kind of thing. He's like, "No, no,
Have you
he's
ever
on."
seen that? I have never seen a ref stop
Try to
the
call off a
count.
match.
Try to stop and say, "Hey, you were just hurt." I can't do that. I'd
I
never
can't
seen
count
that.
it. It's like
I'd never
no.
seen that, which makes sense now when you see the rest of the match of how it was supposed to play out.
Hmm.
But it was interesting to see, and initially I was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
I understand the ref being concerned about Dom's well-being because yeah, it looked bad. It looked fucking bad.
And he got up quick when once fucking Roxanne hit the pop rocks. Fucking Dom just fucking zoomed in, dude. Zoomed
Yes,
in.
yes. 2 count. Didn't get the three. They end up moving back to the other ring. More shenanigans enthralled. Dom took off his boot at one point. That didn't work. They were distracted. He got the ref distracted. Out comes Finn and JD, and they were trying to do their worst to him, but Cena ends up getting both in a stacked um, attitude adjustment and he gave to both. They're out of the ring. The girls are out of the ring. Dom is there with the ref still, or they're outside the ring or whatever. And then we get Liv Morgan's music. She returned.
The nice
We got a
return.
return. Finally got a return. And she comes running down to go try to save the day. And there's Dom and John Cena face to face in the ring. And she sees Dom and slaps Dom right in the face.
And you're
And she goes,
thinking, and you're
Cena.
thinking, oh, this is all the Roxanne Dom
Uh,
little mix up. What the fuck's going on, kind of thing.
and then she turns to see Cena and she goes and she jumps in Cena's arms and she's wrapped around
What what
Cena.
what what is that reminiscence of? You remember who did that also back in the day? One of your favorite wrestlers' wives did that with Daniel Bryan or Kane.
Oh, you talking about AJ Lee when she did that?
Yeah.
Uh huh. When it was Kane and Diane Bryan
Uh huh.
because she was going through her mix up with boyfriends and shit.
Mhm.
Hmm. So there she is hugging on to John Cena, and John Cena's like, "What the fuck?" And okay, giving a thumbs up to the crowd, like, "Oh, this is weird." And then you see her look, and her face goes from a regular to a menacing
To
eyes
to
opening up.
to Cena Elimination Chamber style.
She brought her inner heel Cena, brings out the tough eyes, and she jumps down, and it's a swift kick to the balls. I was like, dude, that was a quick
In
kick.
the as she said later in the post match in
Hit him in
his
the
wee
pee pee,
wee in the wee
in the
wee
wee wee. Yep. I hit
John
him right
Wee
in the
Wee
wee wee.
John
Yep.
John Pina John what the fuck is
The
John Wee
Weena.
John
Weena.
Weena.
Yep. Because I hit him right in the pee pee. Hit him right in the wee wee. Boom. And so he goes down, and then that's when Dominic took over and got him with the frog splash. And
He's
no, she
your
set him up with a 619, got the frog splash, and he got the 1 2 3. And Dominic is your new two-time Intercontinental Champion.
the greatest IC champion, as he would say.
That's
And
right.
my question to you is, we talked about this leading up. We talked about it there when we were watching the pay-per-view. It was there's a and we're gonna do a little side talk. There's a John Cena tournament, right? And we said it'd be pretty badass for John Cena's last match that whoever possibly could beat him could win technically a big prize. Not only get the rev from Cena, but possibly get the IC belt, right?
Right.
Now, we also gave it the second scenario. Okay, if John Cena loses, does he win December 13th on his last match? And that's still up for debate. I don't know how Cena's mind thinks. Is he gonna he's gonna see the lights and put someone over that way, or does he win? Now, I would our logic would dictate. Okay, he lost the belt. Let him fucking win his last match. Right.
When we get to the Raw talk, we are definitely going to discuss that one.
So it's an interesting take, and again, you got to see a nice return. I think Dom Mysterio has been putting on some of the best matches in WWE, and
Kudos to his producer, whoever's producing his matches with him.
I think it's Hurricane Helms,
No,
possibly,
I thought it was Michael Hayes.
maybe because he does maybe John Cena's matches, so that might be a possible. I thought Hurricane Helms was doing, maybe Hurricane Helms does the majority of his matches, but
But I know a bunch of the stuff that was Cena involved. Michael Hayes is involved with that because he was doing on the Unreal show. He was doing a lot of the stuff with The Rock and all them.
nice, nice. So interesting. I think it was pretty awesome, and like I said, this is an A plus for me. Great
Hmm.
storytelling,
Yes.
great final PLE for John Cena in San Diego, Dom Mysterio's hometown. He is a hometown hero, hometown boy.
To be in Dom's shoes, like my wife had said when we were talking about this when we were watching it, like to be there as as Dominic, my dad and him knowing my dad used to go fight John Cena in big major premium light events, pay-per-views back in the day. Now I'm doing it. I'm gonna go fight Cena for a belt, for a title in a premium live
and
event in my hometown with my hometown behind me,
and then win.
win it off of him, knowing that that was his last pay-per-view.
And I said it when we were watching it. John Cena put over all of fucking Judgment Day.
He did.
The girls, the women, and the guys, all of them, all six members of Judgment Day. He just fucking put them all over in one fucking match.
He did. He
So
did.
that is pretty fucking awesome. It was a great send off for John. Whether he, I mean, even though he lost, he's still fucking beloved, and he's got one more match. He was fucking cheered from the moment his music kicked to the right when he left.
From
So
the date of this recording, we're 11 days out to John Cena's last match.
dang. So we're teetering on a week and a couple of days. So
We are.
I'm pumped. This was a great final PLE for John Cena, and an even better fucking just you can see the stars aligning for Dominic Mysterio and all that hard work he's been putting in. He is finally, I mean, he has already done it, but he's definitely starting to cast a shadow on his father, Rey Mysterio. He is not under the shadow anymore. He has been
No,
his
he's not.
own wrestler,
He's his own man finally.
which is pretty badass. So,
Thank you, Eddie Guerrero, for paving the way for Dominic Mysterio. Because if it wasn't for the wonderful things that Eddie Guerrero did in his time, lying, cheating, stealing, Dominic wouldn't have the formula to make himself a superstar.
exactly. So, even 20 years, it's been 20 years since he passed away. Like, even 20 years, like, he's still fucking putting over some people by his fucking just the way he did things. So pretty
Yep.
badass.
Yep. Next match on the card, we have the Women's World Championship. The champion Stephanie Baker versus challenger Nikki Bella. Now,
I watched
much.
this.
I didn't get much visual on this. I know you did.
I did. So my big takeaway from this was so Nikki Bella is the heel, right?
Right.
Stephanie Bakar
Bella gone
is
bad.
yeah. Stephanie Bakar is the Uber babyface at this point, right?
Correct.
I'm not saying that Nikki should have won, but I think personally WWE did her wrong because she didn't do any dastardly shit as the heel. And you would think going after your first major title after X amount of years of being technically gone, that you and she's trying to be the super heel, that they would not have let her go a little more vicious or a little more like, dirty.
Hmm.
And at the end of the day, Stephanie O'Hara wins, but it was almost like a throwaway match. Like it was a pee break for most people because I think we all kind of knew that she wasn't gonna win, but at least let her fucking cheat or do something
Do
dastardly to
something.
fucking
Yeah. Hurt her.
yeah. Like
Bring a weapon out.
if you're not gonna win and you know you lost, she should have attacked her hardcore at the end of the match to kind of really lay in the fact that she's the heel. She's the ultimate heel. But that tells me if she lost clean, that they want to make sure that this is the end of that story, and
Yep.
that's it, and that's it, and which I get because it's not very interesting for most wrestling fans unless you're nostalgic for Nikki Bella, which some people are, and but not most.
Yeah.
It's just interesting, but I still think that she should have at least attacked her, done something to kind of let her kind of go out with some steam, so she can
Hmm.
have a different program with someone else.
No, I
So,
agree. I agree. It's sad when I watch some of the playback that Stephanie has to dumb down and slow down her wrestling to catch up with someone who isn't in her caliber.
and you saw that, and you can see that she kind of got super pissed off when she was doing the Devil's Kiss because it looked kind of flat because Nikki Bella wasn't on her knees; she was still on her stomach, so she didn't get the full range of smashing her
Mhm.
head on the ground. But
Was
it
that in the
was
ring or when they did it on the table?
when they were in the ring.
Mm.
But it was still awesome to hear fucking the whole crowd doing Booker T's
Ah,
ah
ah.
yeah.
Mhm.
So hey,
Homage to the book.
it's still over. I mean she's still over.
Oh yeah.
But at the end of the day, this was like a D match, which is pretty sad to say that the champion who people were vying for, Stephanie, had a pretty shitty match. But like you said, she had to kind of dumb down her wrestling
Hmm.
to let someone who, I mean, in her heyday was decent or one of the better female wrestlers, but nowadays, like, it's go 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 go. So,
Yep.
but like I said, I think the reason she lost clean and didn't attack is because they realized how weak this storyline was, and they just wanted to just cut it
Yeah.
off now. So,
Sometimes you have to cut your losses on some of them. They were able to put Nikki into a PLE. They gave her they gave her some light. They were able to sell some merch off of her. Her followers came back. All those that still like her and used to like her, or whatever. So kudos. Hey, you're still showing it that you're still very good looking for your age. You could still hang with the young ones at your age, and it's no disrespect or hate towards you. Just it's a different game now.
I think the reason they really pushed or like really let her have this match was she has a movie on
She
Google
does,
coming out right this week or this coming Christmas.
but she's
Um,
also signed up for another movie. From what I was reading on Microsoft Edge, she's on for another movie.
but then again, like, so her name attached to WWE on the Google platform, who is Google Films, Nikki Bella, Nicole Bella or whatever, right? Nicole Rodriguez, or whatever her name is, real name is. Um,
It's
that's
not
smart.
Bella. It's
Yeah, like
Garcia.
Garcia. It's smart, right? She has WWE attached to her, which goes with her to Google and all these premieres. It's a win-win. So I think they really brought her on for her social media, just like they did with Logan Paul. The only
Yeah.
difference is she was a former wrestler. So kudos to her. She still looks good, like you said.
Trying to see real quick if there's still anything showing on this, but I don't think there is anymore. They did say she was already signed up for another movie, so we may not see her for a while.
She had her run. She had her quick little hello goodbye.
But I'm not going to counter completely out because I know they were also saying that, or at least I was reading the sheets that they're really pushing for Bree to come back so that way they can retire together. Because I don't think Nikki's a Hall of Famer, but Bree isn't.
Yeah, that's true. Well, Brie never really held singles championship, did she?
No, just
Just Nikki.
no, they held it together,
Like fucking Lay Cool.
almost like Lay Cool. Lay Cool actually had it like that. They just held it and they would do the sneaky shit.
Yeah.
So she wants Bree to come back if they can work something out with AEW, so that because I don't think she's attached. She's only tied to AEW because of Daniel Bryan, but they want to do it to where she can go back and get the Hall of Fame. Nikki wants to be the Bella Twins in the Hall of Fame together, so Nikki would be two time,
Yeah.
and Brie would have one and have that accolade, and maybe they could do some matches together before they fucking call it quits like that.
I know their podcasts. I think one of them is affiliated with WWE podcast stuff. So that's probably, she's already technically in the family, just in the outskirts, right?
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
it's not a bad thing, right? It's not a bad thing.
no, it's not. It's not. Cement your legacy. Take the paycheck.
Exactly. Get a Legends deal, get some fucking action figures and whatever merchandise they're gonna put out.
And call it a day.
Exactly.
That way you have that money rolling in, so that way you can take care of your kids. That's the name of the game, right?
Hmm.
Bet. Last game on this Survivor Series War Games, we had the men's War Game match. Your faces, Jay and Jimmy Uso, Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, and CM Punk versus your heels, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre, Brock Lesnar.
Good match. I like this match.
This
Interesting.
match to me felt like it was lacking a little bit.
Some things.
And I'm not comparing it to AEW, just looking and focusing on the match itself. It had some ups, there were some downs. But I think the downs were mostly played off with you have so many superstars in this ring. It's kind of you could see where they weren't jiving together because the one that really took over everything was when Brock Lesnar finally came into the ring.
Yeah.
You had it starting off with two, and then in the intervals, everybody else came in. I mean, shit. At one point, the last one left was Brock Lesnar to come in. Jay Uso is on top of the fucking cage, and the difference between WWE and AEW's matches, if you're unfamiliar with their cage match, War Games, the top of the cage is open. Blood and Guts, their cage is closed, so it's like hell in the cell. Over here in War Games, it's open, so Uso comes out to his music, everyone's yeeting, but he came out from the back. They clean him and his brother clean house. He jumps on top of the cage, run it back, run it back, and he did. They ran back to music. Everyone's eating, having a great time. Shit, CM Punk picked up a chair and was playing the guitar, and you have everybody in there partying, and then out of nowhere, Brock Lesnar's music, ring, 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 come on, and fucking everyone's like, what the fuck, and turning, party's over.
Party and Brock Lesnar was the fucking killer of all of these motherfuckers. And I want to touch base on this one spot where fucking Braun Breaker damn near broke his goddamn neck.
Uh-huh.
towards the beginning of this match. I they who did the Doomsday? Cody and Punk. Cody had him in his shoulders, and Punk was it Punk who did the Doomsday device on him, and he fucking landed damn near on
Was
his
it
fucking
Punk?
neck. It was Punk, yeah. It was
Okay.
Cody had him on his shoulders, and Punk did the flying off the top rope. And when they landed, you can see it. I mean, he fucking landed nasty, but you can see Cody fucking talking to him, like yelling at him, like you fucking right, like, but you know, like still laying down, like looking back at him, like, dude, are you fucking alright? Like, cause
He was dazed.
he had front row to see how he fucking landed to an extent, right? Cause he's holding him,
Yeah.
and dude, I was like, holy shit, cause he was fucking stumbling, and there was a point where he rode into the other ring, and
To
he
breathe, yeah.
he got back on his feet, like damn near. I mean, he's a young gun, but he got back on his feet, and he tried to pick up someone, and he just fucking collapsed.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
remember you saying that.
he collapsed, and I was like, "Oh, dude, this dude's fucked up. Like, this Dead Nurse's fucking career. This is it. This is it." And obviously that changed because as the match went on, and of course last night, what happened last night, like this motherfucker just powered through it. He lucky he's got all those muscles on his neck. So
Yeah, that saved him, honestly.
yeah, another wicked spot. So, but like you said, we'll fast forward. Brock Lesnar comes out, cleans house, pretty much clears it over and over and over and over. Spears, there's fucking people just getting destroyed. Then Roman Reigns music comes out. And he fucking meets him on the fucking on the ramp, ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course Roman Reigns, another superstar, has to get his fucking licks in. Goes in, kind of clears house a little bit, and then they're fighting each other outside the ring, and then they finally make their way in. Then the match starts. Then the match starts, and
Yeah. And the carnage ensues because they had a bunch of weapons in there, crazy enough. They had a couple of chairs, they had a table. I think Jimmy brought in a table and I think a kendo stick also, if I'm not mistaken.
I didn't see a candlestick, but I know he definitely brought that Slim Jim table in. That fucking Jay got fucking uh, speared into by Braun, and Braun hit his head again when he speared him. So pretty gnarly, but at the end of the day, the bad guys win. But not because of special thing, and I'll let Fern talk about it because there's a lot of speculation on what it could have been or who it could have been. But what happened, Fern? What happened towards the end of this match?
Before we get there, real quick, I wanted to. I was kind of jumping in on the sheets here. Braun Breaker's condition after scary neck bump at Survivor Series. This is a post show update from Brian Alvarez and Dave Meltzer. These guys do a lot of out there with what's going on. So here's a quote. So then they almost killed Braun Breaker. They tried to Doomsday device, but he did not flip over and landed right on his neck. Thought this guy was dead, but he's fine.
It was bad.
And they evaluated him. They checked him, and he was all right. That's what they said. I don't want to say fine, but he's fine. Uh, yeah, things got dicey when Breaker took a nasty fall. Cody Rhodes had him on his shoulders as Punk hit the clothesline, but Breaker didn't rotate properly and landed on his neck. So you can almost say it was his fault.
I
Oh, okay. So it's on X, and there was a quick clip of it when you see Punk. Punk was. There's a lot of variables in this one because Punk leaped to do it. Cody was kind of far for Punk leaping. If Cody stepped maybe 2 steps forward from where he was standing on that corner, it would have been better. Number one, you see Punk going and he pushes Braun, so it's like it's supposed to be a clothesline that we flip, and Cody's supposed to flip him over. Cody tossed him back, and I guess because Braun's not used to flipping because he's not a flipper, he just fell straight back on his head. So
which is hard because he does the Steiner line on the fucking on the when he runs up the ropes and does the fucking Hurricanrana.
yes, let me see if I can give you this notion here. Okay, luckily being toy collectors, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here's Braun on Cody's shoulders. Here comes Punk from the corner. If he was closer, he would have had more momentum pushing him back. He wasn't. He was further. So when he pushed him, you see this, and he just threw him back. So instead of like flipping or pushing him up, he just threw him back, and that's when he went on his neck.
It was. I thought that dude was dead
Gnarly
for
as
real.
fuck.
I thought that was just ended his career. No bullshit. I was like, dude, you just fucking saw someone's career and I'm fucking live on live pay per view.
Yeah, like he jammed in.
Especially when he collapsed in the other ring, I was like, oh, dude, this guy got up just purely out of fucking adrenaline,
Yeah,
and then he collapses. But as the match continues, he does a fucking Frankensteiner off the top rope onto from he did to Cody Rhodes, who was on the turnbuckle, and then a masked assailant comes out.
ha ha ha. Funny you bring that up because there's so many.
Theories,
Thank you of who this master
Austin
assailant could
theories,
be.
no pun intended, no
Right?
theory.
Many theories of who this master assailant could be, but apparently somebody jumps the cage, gets in, and stomps, curb stomps CM Punk, and escapes the cage.
Well, I think you rewind just a second. When the masked assailant dressed in all black jumps in, Braun and fucking CM Punk are on their knees, and you're like, okay, well, if Seth Rollins back and Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed are the ones who attacked him, he's about to beat the shit out of Braun Breaker.
At least so you
But
think.
but also you're talking about Seth Rollins here, who fucking does not let anything go, and his true hatred for CM Punk is like, well, I hate Braun Breaker, but you're the lesser of two evils. I
Yep.
really hate you, Punk. And he goes ahead and super kicks him right in the fucking face, and then
Gives him the
stomps him,
super kick and gives him the curb stomp.
and then looks at Braun. Braun's like confused, like how come you didn't kick me? Like if you are Seth Rollins, how come you didn't kick me? Because I just fucked you over in your group. And then runs up the cage and jumps down and disappears.
Uh huh. Disappears into the night.
And obviously, my favorite ridiculous part is Braun Breaker gets up, puts his straps back on,
Takes him
takes his
off.
straps back off, and then fucking spears the shit.
Runs the rope, spears the shit out of Punk, and then gets him for the 1, 2, 3.
Interesting match. Um, Online, I did see a lot
Interesting
of
ending.
speculation.
Interesting ending,
I saw a lot of
honestly.
speculation
Because
on.
that ending makes no sense. Without jumping into what was happening on Raw, because there honestly wasn't. It was just interesting to see why would you light that fire if you're not going to carry the torch the next day? Because you always watch Raw the day after a PLE because there's always something, someone comes back or something may have happened. The story continues. We get to see the next part of what's going to happen, and there wasn't. It was.
This is my theory. Crazy enough, right? Uh, yes, we all know, and I'm pretty sure it's not Seth Rollins. Right? He had just has legit surgery. Not on his legs, but on his shoulders, and he would never have climbed that cage so fast.
Not with one arm.
But here's my thought: it could be a plethora of people, a plethora of people. It could be Austin Theory, right? And Paul Heyman was with them in Evolve when he won a championship. It could be got anyone from NXT. It could be a lot of fucking people. What I think is they don't know who they want to put in. They don't know if they want to reveal someone and they are on the side of the vision. I don't know if they want to reveal someone and have a totally different storyline with CM Punk. I don't think they're for sure on what they really want to do. They just knew that they had to do something to gauge your interest going into the end of the year. That's my thought process. It's just I don't think they're ready to review and
Not the end of the year, just the next fucking day.
whatever, right? It's just they need that water cooler talk, right? They want you to be like speculation, right? And that's what wrestling fans like to do. We like to speculate and then automatically throw all our bullshit because I zoomed in on their legs and only so and so has a beefy leg. Oh, I saw a fucking
Well,
thing
the
online,
back matches so and so.
dude. I saw something online who someone broke down the person's ass and compared it to like six different wrestlers' asses and say these are the only guys with this type of ass that would fit these jeans exactly like this. Only wrestling fans would go to the extreme length of looking at people's butts to compare. Could it be Trick Williams? Could it be Obafemi? Could it be? That's the point. It's just they don't know. You don't know. They're just fucking doing
Did
it
you
like.
see the John Moxley theory?
I also saw that because it seems
Uh-huh.
like they made it seem like he was backstage.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, right? It's like there's a lot of interesting parts here, and that's what I'm saying. I don't think they know what they want to do, and it's almost like WrestleMania 40, where they were like, "What the fuck? How do we move forward?" And now they're fucking changing the fucking scripts right now as we're talking.
So that was to help lead on to that, but the lead off that we kind of that they did breadcrumbs with was Roman Reigns and CM Punk basically shaking hands for fist bumping, saying, hey, nice working with you. And then Roman Reigns looking at Cody, I don't want to work with you again.
This is the last time we're ever gonna team up. This is the last time I ever fucking help you.
And looking like it's going to be Cody Roman 3.
The fucking rubber match. So and like we said earlier, like the was it SmackDown before where Roman Reigns is like, well, who's the leader? I think the belt would look good on me, and they're like, who are you talking to? Me or Cody? Me or Punk or Cody? Whatever, right? And after him helping Punk up and watching Cody and letting Cody get up on his own and saying that,
Mm-hmm.
you kind of the breadcrumb, right? The obvious breadcrumb.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, here's a whole loaf. Here's a whole loaf right there.
Here's a good half a loaf to let you chew on.
hmm So
Mm,
interesting pay per view. I thought that match was pretty solid for what it was. Like I said, it's story driven. Again, you told me to take my eyes out of comparing it to AEW's Bloody Guts, which is totally different.
mm-hmm.
But like we said, WWE is all storyline driven. And I think this kind of helped a lot of storylines. Is Logan Paul part of the vision? And they brought it up at the press conference and at the end, or not press conference, but the little live television thing at the end. Is he with fucking the vision? And then Paul Heyman's like, who was that mask assailant? Completely avoiding that question, right? You just don't know. I don't think they know what they want to do at the end of the
Yeah.
day because yes, it'd be nice that for the vision to add another young gun, but it'd be cool to see Austin Theory be doing something. It'd be cool to see an NXT guy being called up, or maybe a new random star they rehired, maybe John Mox. I don't know, right? Like you just don't know, and that's the beauty of wrestling in general. It's just when things are left on cliffhangers, does it suck? Yes, because we want immediate gratification, but it is also like, well, we're talking about it now. Talking
So
about it.
what's your grade for the pay-per-view?
Overall, B, solid B. There was
B
some,
minus.
I think the Stephanie Vaquera match really brought down that grade.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but my takeaway from this is badass fucking John Cena Dirty Down match. Like
That's the
that
one
was
that
the
made that
saving grace of the
match of the
fucking
night.
saving
Match of the
grace of this pay per view.
Judgment Day being put over by Cena. Match of the night.
Yeah,
So now we fast forward into some of the stuff that happened on Raw, where we got to see Paul Heyman come out with the Vision and Logan Paul and come out into the ring and do their little promo. And yes, Logan Paul, to answer your question, is part of the Vision now. It was said he is part of the Vision. He sees his vision of what Paul Heyman has, and he is part of that. And Braun Breaker comes out and makes his statement. He pinned CM Punk during the
War
War
Games.
Games match, and now he vied for a match, and he is getting a championship match January 5th on Netflix, the 1 year anniversary of Netflix. The first Monday in January.
Call him a bitch ass. Did he call him a bitch ass? A punk bitch or
Punk
some
bitch or
shit.
punk bitch ass, but he does have a championship match against CM Punk.
So again, storylines. That's why Roman Reigns wasn't going after CM Punk. They had other plans for him. You bring new blood to the title, the world championship title. We talked about that title needing to fucking what is it, switch hands quite a bit because well, we're tired of someone holding it for a whole year. So I'm just curious to see how this plays out because it's a good opponent for Punk, a new young gun to put someone over, and it's also good to see Braun Breaker get a shot, a young guy get a shot at
Now,
that belt.
without being too sappy, I don't know if you saw when Punk came out during his entrance. Was it on Raw or was it the? No, it was the War Games. He was wearing a jacket and a big old patch on here says Larry's dad, and he was squeezing it. And then I read online today that unfortunate news to pass along, but CM Punk and AJ's beloved dog Larry passed away. He was a rescue dog. He was with them for a little more than 10 years, maybe 10, 12 years. I don't know his age completely. They could have been around the same time, maybe a little bit older. But Larry went to doggy heaven. So he's all
The
dogs go
most
to heaven.
the most famous wrestling dog outside of the Bulldogs Matilda.
Yes. He is the second famous wrestling dog. So from us here, BTR, condolences to the Punk and AJ's family, his beloved Larry, who has his own toy. This is how you know
You made it.
that you've made it as an animal in the profession when you have your own toy. Even has his little
His bio,
bio on the back of the card.
which is cool. That's cool. Unique. New York.
Yep, got his own little bio there. And there's another variant of this. This is from ZST figures, Zombie Sailor Toys. There's a variant of him where he's also radioactive, and that one was on sale because they have him where he's like all like he glows in the dark, so he's all like a green color,
Toxic
like a
Avenger
neon
style.
green. Yes,
Nice,
and
nice.
he's glow in the dark. But yeah, so
I
I
understand.
believe
I understand the
that's
plight.
why he wasn't there yesterday.
I understand the plight. I don't have kids, and I have fur dogs, fur babies,
Yeah,
and I understand the fucking plight when they're like your kids, and CM Punk and AJ Lee do not have kids. That was their kid, so
yeah,
I understand the heartbreak on losing an animal. So condolences. I'm not a CM Punk fan, but it sucks to lose anybody, let alone a beloved animal who are, animals are innocent.
for real. So maybe a reason why he wasn't there on the show yesterday, because I don't think he was on the show yesterday.
I don't think he was. I didn't
Yeah.
remember seeing him. So
Uh, but some of the other action on there, we did have a couple of matches for the semifinals for John Cena's Last Time Is Now match. That was one thing we wanted to touch on. But one other thing that we kind of breadcrumbed in the beginning of the episode, this episode here at BTR, uh, the homage. It was a tag team championship match: Dragon Lee and AJ Styles versus the New Day. Still mourning that they don't have the tag team championships. And did you see that one spot
I saw the
where
spot.
it was Kofi Kingston hanging off the rope? Dragon Lee jumped off the top rope and then kicked him in the back of the head, or like jumped on him from the back of the head, and he springboarded onto AJ Styles, and then AJ caught him. And what we're used to seeing in AEW is the Young Bucks doing this move, where where Nick jumps on the back of the opponent, Matt catches him and turns it into a fucking
Sit down power bomb.
thank you. And instead of that, AJ Styles caught him and turned it into a Styles clash, and that's how they won the match.
And it's pretty cool because if you watch that, you watch it back. Kudos to Kofi Kingston for being a fucking athlete because he helped nudge himself. He pushed off that middle rope to kind of give him some spring enough to like go up, and AJ Styles caught him. It was badass, dude. It was a nice spot, and we said there is homage because well, AJ Styles used to be in the Bullet Club in New Japan with the Young Bucks, and the
Mhm.
Young Bucks and Omega have had some recent interactions in those EB games with up up down down.
Yep.
So badass. That's the homework I like to see get copied all the time.
Hmm.
Just cool shit like that. It's you're wrestling fans and you see those little subtle hints of, hey, I saw something similar like that these guys did. Oh well, yeah, they're fucking friends. Why wouldn't they do it too?
Exactly. But it was good to see. Uh,
Did you see that? Did
um,
you see Jey Uso's crash out live on TV?
Who didn't? Who didn't? I was looking.
And
I'm
I
looking.
thank you, wrestling gods. It was LA Knight versus Jey Uso for
That's
the
right.
last time is now tournament to
So
move
I'm
forward.
watching it with my family. We're having dinner. We were having a nice little discussion. We our make a wish friend Draven brought up a good little discussion that we brought to the table before Raw came on. Your Mount Rushmore, who would be your four on your Mount Rushmore? And so we were talking about that at the table, and we're watching through everything that's going on, and then we got glued in because it's like it's fucking Jay and LA. Like, what the fuck's gonna happen? Who's gonna go through? When I saw Jay, the way I saw it, I was like, fuck, Jay's gonna go over, because what was he doing at the beginning when it was time for him to come up for his match? He had all the kids around him. Everyone's hyping up with him. Everyone's there. Please play my music. And he's going down. He's going down the stairs. He's yeeting with the fans. He brings up all the kids. I'm like, dude, this is the next Cena. This is the next Cena. He's crowd involved. The little kids are behind the shit. Everyone's yeeting along. Cena with the thugonomics. It's going hand in hand. I'm like, man, this is a fucking sign that this shit is going over. And if you catch it at the right moment during this match, it was when LA Knight hit the superplex off the corner. They called the audible that LA Knight was winning the match because you visibly see Jey Uso start to fucking throw a tantrum because he thought he was winning. Because sometimes, if you don't know, those referees are the ones that they'll get the word last minute, where last minute change. You're over now. You know your spots. You're gonna get the pin, and this is how you're gonna get it. So when Jey Uso came off of that fucking that superplex, he almost got up and no sold it, but instead he just turned over on his belly and just started pounding the fucking floor, and
I
that was a
I
sign.
I, I have a theory here, and the reason I feel you bringing that up, and that's inside wrestling shit right there. The reason I feel like this goes hand in hand is people who we know that some of the matches are predetermined. It's a story driven kind of entertainment. When you find out you're losing, you come out with boo boo face. Well, Jey Uso can't have boo boo face when you're fucking hyping up the crowd. So why
Yeah.
fucking tell him prior? He come out and he's just like, no, he didn't want him to be fucking pumped. He's like, I'm about to fucking fight John Cena, blah blah blah. I'm gonna have a rematch with Gunther, and we'll get into that, right? I'm gonna rematch with Gunther probably. He already knows. They already know what's going on. He's fucking the crowd. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, let him get into the match a little bit more. Hey, hey man. Hey, guess what? Knight's taking this one, buddy. Fuck, fuck,
Uh-huh.
fuck you. All this fucking hard work, all this bullshit, dude. Get better stamina, brother.
Yep.
All you got is the rewind. And I didn't like. I told you when we were watching the pay per view. I did not like that he rewound it back mid match. Cool visual. Hey, I'm not gonna take that away. Badass visual. I love it. I was there WrestleMania. It's awesome.
Hmm.
But I can't take him seriously. I don't take him as a serious champion or competitor for the top spot. He's not main event Jey Uso. He's main entrance Jey Uso.
Main
That's what he is.
entrance.
He's got a badass entrance, dude. Hands down, I fucking love
Main
it.
gimmick. Uso.
Main entrance Jey Uso, not main event. Main entrance. So, and you heard it here first. But like that's how I see it.
Yeah.
So I'm glad. And like I said, I think maybe they told him mid match because they didn't want him to have boo boo face, shit face, coming out looking all like I'm gonna fucking lose. But he's supposed to be pumping up the crowd. Let him pump up the crowd. LA Knight gets that fucking pin, and this dude, I've seen crash outs, but on TV, I don't know if it's a work. I don't know if it's real, and the way you're describing it sounds like it was real.
Dude, it was real. The way I saw it, the way I was looking at it, because I've never seen a wrestler no sell a suplex, a top rope suplex. And the way when he fell back and then immediately turned on his belly and started hitting the fucking floor mat, the mat, the floor. He it just I've never seen anyone do that. I've understood, they'll oversell the thing where they'll keep flat backing or whatever, keep bouncing up and down or whatever extra nonsense because they're trying to rib somebody, make someone laugh. But no, he literally turned on his stomach and just started beating it like he was going to turn into Randy Orton pulling out an RKO, like the build up to an RKO. And I was like, oh, damn. And if you watch back and look at the rest of that match, he's boo boo face the rest of the 3 minutes of that match because he still goes up. He gets LA Knight where he hits him with a super kick. He hits him with the fucking spear. He goes up and hits him with the Uso splash. One, two. LA Knight turns him over and gets him with the crucifix pin. Shout out AEW. Shout out Mercedes Monet, who wins all her matches on a fucking seatbelt crucifix pin. They get his shoulders down because his left one wasn't down and it was finally down. One, two, three, and then he throws a fucking fit again. Right after he loses, he sits up and like motherfucker. He sits up. LA Knight wins. Jay Uso did not. And then I called it right after here at home. I called it. I was like, watch. He's standing around, and the Joe Tessitore kind of starts talking softly because he didn't want to upset him because he's in front of the match desk because he's kind of talking shit but just saying the truth of what happened with everything. And he's like, look, he's gonna fucking pick up the Prime thing and he's gonna destroy it. He's gonna fucking freak out and destroy the Prime shit. What did he do? He turned over that whole fucking cart, picked up the cart, threw the cart, fucking got the stairs and threw the stairs on the Prime shit. And yeah, he's mad. He was legit fucking mad.
Part of the vision. Back with Paul Heyman. He wants to be a winning team.
It honestly wouldn't be a bad deal if
I
they
don't know.
want to develop a heel character off of him, but he's too much of a face. He right now his sales are up
But
there with
they
Cena.
but they gave him the crumbs of him being like for a while when they had him and LA Knight had that beef and Jimmy's like, hey dude, like he asked me for my help, I'm gonna help him. They had that. He's like, nah, fuck that, dude. I'm gonna worry about yourself. He's not family. We're family. Let's worry about us. Let's worry about our shit. Fuck this dude. And
Yeah,
it was the breadcrumbs. Hey, Roman Reigns is like, hey man, you're more like me. I don't think you know it yet, but you're more like me. So I don't know if this is the whole plan. If it, I mean, like I said, he could have worked everyone, and it could have just been a big ass work, but didn't seem like it. Didn't
no,
seem
did
like a
not.
fucking work. And like you said, I've seen people crash out, like the Miz, Dolph, shit, even Roman Reigns, but
Hmm. Big
not like
dog.
that. Not like
No,
that. So
no.
interesting to see. I'm curious on how this plays out moving
Uh huh.
forward. Does he cost LA Knight the match, the finals match? I don't know.
Well, speaking of finals, we have the other semifinal match, which is Solo Sikoa coming out with Tangaloa versus Gunther.
My favorite part, because Solo's been fucking intricate about just throwing random memes of his opponents and what they do. You saw him after he fucking clotheslined them, and he put his hand behind his back,
Uh
like the
huh.
ring general shit.
He,
And
he loves to make fun of whoever he's fighting.
yes, and it was cool to see two heels. It
Yeah.
was cool, and that was a good match. I was truly at some point pulling for Solo, and I was like, dude, hopefully, I want to see Solo kind of get another run, like another push. And I know he has his MFT, so that's a little different. But and Gunther doesn't have anyone because well, his buddy is possibly could be. I don't know. It's speculation that he's maybe the Grand Americano. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that part, but it was a hard hitting match. I This is one of my favorite matches of the night, and it was hard hitting, and well, the ring general pulled it off. So now we know it's LA Knight versus
Yeah, but you forgot to
Gunther.
say that Gunther hit the low blow on Solo when the ref wasn't looking because of the shenanigans caused by Talatanga.
I did pass that, yeah. But
Hmm.
we're just talking about what happened, who's winning, So again,
Well,
it's
yeah,
heel
I mean,
shit, heel
hey, we
shit.
talked about what happened with Jay and LA Knight. I mean, hey, not to say that Gunther didn't put one past and fucking gave him a low blow because I was kind of hoping Solo was gonna get it really
Yeah,
just to
same.
get pushed forward, but apparently not. Gunther's going all the way to the final, so we have our final match, which is going on this Friday on SmackDown, and the winner faces John Cena December 13th. It is LA Knight versus Gunther, and that's gonna be a hell of a fucking match.
This is interesting because we have both discussed that I think it's LA Knight's turn to get a push,
Yep.
but Gunther's the ultimate heel, and that was one of the people that we said that I think John Cena should fight. Well, I did bring that up. I think he should have fought him at earlier in his run of his final run, but Gunther was hurt, went out.
I don't see Cena lasting with Gunther because Gunther is another Brock Lesnar. This is a mini Brock Lesnar. This is a sub
That
boss.
that's why I'm not sure if this goes back to
Don't
what happened
6-7
to
me,
John
bro.
Cena.
Don't six
I
seven
don't
me,
know
bro.
about that bullshit. Don't say that. But I don't know if this goes back to John Cena lost the belt. Does he win? Does he lose? Does he put over LA Knight? Does he put over Gunther? You're another your up and coming heel star.
I'm gonna call it. LA Knight wins. Cena puts over LA Knight. Think about, and the only reason why I am attesting to this, the TV product commercial he has, LA Knight has with Slim Jim.
Hmm.
He's basically the next Macho Man. Similar catchphrase. He's got a different style and unique approach to the product, but is getting over and through with people. So he gets over with the parents. Now he's got to appeal to the kids. This is the way to do it.
I got wild speculation for this match. I think LA Knight does go over, but because Jey Uso comes out and super kicks him, and Gunther gets disqualified,
Okay.
and it doesn't make Gunther look weak because he didn't truly lose to LA Knight. LA Knight advances, and like I said, when the whole John Cena thing is over, now that they're not fighting for a belt in his final match, LA Knight needs something next.
Hmm.
Well, if Jey Uso try to cost him the match, that's the next rivalry because they've been breadcrumbing this for a while now. Him and LA Knight butting heads.
Hmm.
Gunter already has lost and beat Jimmy Uso or Jey Uso.
Hmm.
Gunter can move on to other things. I still think it's going to be a Brock Lesnar Gunter WrestleMania moment coming up. I'm still holding on to that possibility now that they bringing Brock a little more. And that he had that couple of matches with John Cena, and he was at the War Games. I think that's brewing. But again, I would like LA Knight to win, move to fight John Cena. John Cena puts him over, lets him win, but he needs something after that. There's no belt for him to fight. You can't move from the John Cena back to Dominic Mysterio and say, "Hey, I want to fucking wanted that belt." I don't think that works that way. Or the U.S. title because he's a SmackDown, right? So I just don't know. So I'm thinking Jey Uso cost Gunther the match, and him and LA Knight have a program coming up.
I see LA Knight staying on SmackDown. I mean on Raw, and maybe it's LA Knight versus Punk
That too, and
at
they tease
at
that too.
at Elimination Chamber. Since Elimination Chamber is in Chicago.
But then that kind of you go that route, you kind of expect CM Punk to win in Chicago. That means LA Knight gets pushed back down again, and he just did all this to build him up. That's the hard part.
Unless LA Knight also wins fucking Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I can see that. I can probably see that better. Honestly, I would see that better outcome for him. I don't know. There's again a speculation. I'm gonna just throw that out that LA Knight wins by disqualification because Jey Uso kicks him in the face, and Gunther doesn't take that loss in that way. It doesn't make him look weak, and they kind of the storyline splits. I don't know. That's my thoughts.
I still think LA Knight's gonna fight Punk at some point for the belt because they had already put that together too. So I wouldn't put it past that he's depending on Chicago and let's say you know what Punk keeps it. It's not gonna. I don't think LA Knight losing to Punk is gonna fucking bring him down back to intercontinental status. It's just back of the line, or maybe there's a rematch that happens before Mania at a Saturday Night main event.
Yeah. Well,
They
only
keep
time will
that
tell.
they keep that going, you know.
Yeah. Well, we'll all find out at this Friday, and of course, John Cena's final appearance at Saturday Night Main Event, December 13th.
Yep. And then did you see how they're pushing Logan Paul and Rey Mysterio?
They're doing that again? I didn't.
Yep.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah. Rey Mysterio was talking to Jackie Redmond, I think, and they were having some words, and then Logan Paul comes around and interrupts that, and then Rey Mysterio slaps Logan Paul. So they were talking shit about each other. I think Logan said something, yeah, your son is right, you are a deadbeat dad or whatever, and Ray was saying some shit like, yeah, you are a piece of shit also or whatever. So yeah, Ray slapped him. So it looks like that's gonna be something that's gonna happen. And then also we had trying to see who would be the number one contenders for the women's championship match. Rhea and Io were trying to call the shots, as well as Charlotte and Alexa were trying to call the shots. So the good guys, both good guys, which is rare, had a match to see who what's going on, and ended up getting interrupted by the Kabuki Warriors, who came in and screwed it up. And on top of the Kabuki Warriors coming screwing it up and pounding them down, out comes Bailey and Lyra Valkyria to go and try to break things up because they're trying to put their names in a hat to see if they could get in there. And then while all that's going on, out comes the Judgment Day, and Judgment Day clean house, and they're there. And they pick up the titles, and it's crazy because you have Raquel who's holding it up, Roxanne has it, and Liv comes in, and Roxanne gives the title to Liv, and Liv says no, and she gives it back to her, and she picks up both of their hands. So Liv is now showing, and we forgot to talk about the Judgment Day because they had their moment earlier during the segment, but Liv was saying that the Judgment Day is lacking. They used to be powerhouses, and while she was gone, they kept losing. So now it seems like Liv may be the new leader of the Judgment Day because she came back saying that we need to come back to be where we were at before, where we had the titles, because nobody has titles but Dom. So we need to come back and we need to all get back to where we were at before.
Did you see Liv's interaction with Stephanie in the back?
Yes, I did. So you see, she calls all them out on their bullshit. She slaps Dom, and you're like, "What the fuck?" But I guess that's just what she's doing now because she kind of turned on the crazy, and then jumps on his arms and starts fucking making out with him or kissing him and being all cute with them and shit. So that leads to the backstage interaction where Stephanie's there, and she goes up to Stephanie. I just wanted to say hey and look at what's mine, and then walks out. So it looks like they're building up that. That's why when it came to the tag team stuff that was going on, she picks up both Raquel and Roxanne's hands because she saw what was going on when she was hurt or doing her media shit and keeping them together so she can go back for her world heavyweight title, which makes totally fucking sense.
I'm
And
okay with all of that.
I am too, but but if there ends up having to be a rift in the Judgment Day where the Judgment Day breaks up, I think it's going to go a different route. We said it before how we thought it would split up, but I think Liv takes the girls and maybe Dom with her or maybe just the girls only.
I can see that happening. I can see Raquel and Roxanne getting a tag team, Liv getting that shot at that women's world heavyweight, and then Finn and fucking JD going after the AAA tag team champions. Since they've been having a lot of interactions with AAA, which is okay because Dom is the mega champ over
Yeah.
there. So I can see them kind of bringing those tag team belts into WWE Spotlight, the AAA tag team belts, and now everyone has gold,
Funny
and they
you
don't have.
mentioned that. I know you didn't watch the AAA show, but you know who's next in line for the AAA belts?
Oh,
The Wyatt Six.
oh,
The next match is the December 20th. Something de guerra, like some all out war or some shit like that. Um, Psycho Clown and Paigano won their match, and they were toting out there. Oh, we're the strongest and we're the best tag team, and no one can fucking beat us, and blah blah blah. Originally, it was supposed to be the Lucha Brothers coming out and fighting for those belts. Penta got hurt, so now they pulled a fucking swerve ball and they pulled an audible, and out came they had a fucking tape playing on the screen and it was fucking Bo Dallas speaking in Spanish, well, English with Spanish subtitles, and him saying, "We're next. We'll see you in December 20th."
there you go, there you go. I Judgment Day storylines heating up. That's a
Uh
good
huh.
thing. This world title picture is about to heat up with Braun Breaker, CM Punk. You have the John Cena tournament, which is a whole other thing with the Usos. You already have Roman Reigns kind of eyeballing Cody for part three. So there's again, WWE is all
I'm
storyline.
curious to see if they're going to mention anything about the actual show itself because John Cena toted it out there that he wants to showcase NXT talent versus main roster talent on this show that's going to happen. So let's say let's say it's a 2 hour show, right? And you can have five matches, one being Cena's last match. So there's 3 to 4 other matches that they're going to showcase. Who do you put out there? I'm not going to call names or anything because I don't fucking know. But I wonder, knowing that we have 11 days left as far as this broadcast is concerned, before when it comes out. maybe 10 days. Who are they going to start putting out there?
You
Uh,
you have three TVs: SmackDown, Raw, SmackDown before Saturday Night's main event. You have a lot of time to build up, and you
yeah.
have two NXT in between, right?
Uh huh.
There's
Well,
NXT going on right now,
yeah,
and then next Tuesday.
yeah.
So if that is the case, and he's been true to pretty much his word, this last half of John Cena's last run has been the best. At the end of the day, right? The wrestling, the storylines, all that good shit.
I wish it was still heel.
I
I
know.
wish it was still
I
heel.
think I think it could have gone. They could have fixed that for a lot of different ways. But regardless, if that's the case, I think they might start building it up. And they have one, two, three, four, five TVs, NXT, SmackDown, and Raws, five
Hmm.
TVs to make something happen where those young NXT stars or NXT stars, maybe even TNA stars, I don't know, can actually be part of that last Saturday Night main event of John Cena, which would be pretty badass.
Yeah. Well, he called out NXT versus main roster, so that's what I'm hoping we get to see some of that. I mean, let's fucking call it as it was. Javon Evans being in the tournament itself opened eyes right off the bat.
Hmm.
So you got some people in there that are gonna.
And that's why I brought TNA up because you had Matt Cardona, aka Zack Ryder, you had Nick Nemeth, aka Dolph Ziggler, in that tournament also.
True.
So again, you just never know, right? Like that's the beauty of wrestling, the speculation, and this is must-watch TV, especially going into the holidays, another holiday, Christmas time, and the New Year. Like, and John Cena's final wrestling period. We know he'll make appearance. We know he'll be in the fucking first round Hall of Fame. Like, it's just what's next? What's next? And
Next to
with
Batista.
yeah, and with AEW heating up on their own in their own right, dude, WWE's got to step it up with more interesting storylines and shit like that. So I'm waiting. Well, we gone long. We had an hour and a half show. So we
Hey man,
appreciate you tuning in. Another Top Rope Tuesday where we
when you got it,
discuss.
you got it. When you got to get it out, you got to get it out, and that's what we're here for. We want to get it out. If you made it all the way to the very end of this, kudos to you, and be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Be sure to let all your friends know that we're on all the platforms, and be sure to let them know that we're here Tuesdays and Thursdays for your viewing and listening pleasure. And if you ain't down with that, we got two words for you.
Suck it.
Yeah.
I do have a, or I know where the New Year's coming up, and we did talk about us putting a little more effort into this, a little more social media interactions. Our goal, we'll put it out in the universe, good vibe energy. Our goal is to go into YouTube live rather than Twitch. The
Hell
YouTube's
yeah.
where it's at, so we'll look towards that happening, us being a little more active on the comments, on the socials, Twitter, X, whatever the fuck you want to call it, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. When we figure that out, we're too old, but
It's
we'll
not
figure
the
it out.
downfalls. It's the up and coming babies. We're gonna do this shit. We're gonna do it right.
And me and Fern did talk about when we first started almost a year ago. We said, give us a year, get our fucking feet wet. We got all the other things going. We're finally in a nice. We haven't missed a fucking show.
No,
I don't think.
we've been pretty good about it.
And if we missed a show, we recorded one prior and put it out there every Tuesday and Thursday nights.
Try to give you that solid content, baby.
That's right, that's right. But again, like Fern said, you want to watch back, you can hit us on all the socials and any podcast platform your little brain desires to listen or watch. Because, we're beyond the ropes.
The podcast that hits back, brother.
Woo!
Yeah.